This is a sponsored video, and I'm so sorry for this video's audio. I'm so sorry. I just moved. I totally botched the recording space. I gotta fix it. But this video is sponsored by Boxu, a monthly snack box subscription service that delivers original assortments of premium Japanese snack and tea pairings. Every month you'll receive a box with different themes. The snacks will always be different, and it's a gourmet journey through Japan like every month. There was actually way more snacks in the box than I was expecting. I had to share them with my roommates. They were all primo yummy. What's this one? What's this one?
If it's another crunchy thing, I'm gonna lose my mind. That is so good! Ooh!
What is this?
It's a dried strawberry, I think.
Oh, straight up? Oh yeah.
Give me some.
Bro, that tastes like chocolate.
What the fuck? That's so yummy.
That tastes like strawberry chocolate. That's so cool.
That is so yummy.
But yeah, subscriptions include free shipping and tracking from Japan to over 40 countries, and you can get 10% off your own Boxu box, saving up to $44 using my code and link in the description box below. And now, on with the video. Howdy hey everyone! I'm Ray, everyone! A hot few whiles ago, I posted a video where I redrew a page from Tokyo Mew Mew, and I talked about how when I was younger, I wanted to make a manga with characters that were just a blatant Mew Mew ripoff, and I showed off their old designs. I redesigned the main protagonist team a bit after that, but there was one particularly notable character that I didn't redesign, which was the old villain character named Neko. People have been asking to see me take a crack at her again, so why not? Let's expand the universe a bit. If you haven't seen that first video, I would recommend it because you might be kind of confused on the world building otherwise. As a general recap though, this is a world where girls can join an organization that I haven't named yet to become part of a magical girl army, which is like a paid career in this world. And they transform using items called prisms that use solid light as armor, but the armor looks all cutesy and magical girly because it's supposed to be deceptive and lower the enemy's defensive expectations. All the characters I had shown off had two versions of their old designs. The first was when I first started trying to draw this manga, quote-unquote, in spiral notebooks. I was like 12 and just making up the story as I went, so I pretty quickly ran out of ideas, and later I tried to start again with a new notebook, and I tried to give them fresh ideas, updated designs, everything. For the most part, with Katsumi's protagonist team, the visual changes weren't too crazy, and their personalities and roles stayed essentially the same. Between those first two iterations, it was the antagonist Neko who changed the most. She went from a really boring, bland, brown cat girl in a swimsuit to a bright and colorful jester. All I really figured about her character at the time was that she was a failed experiment, and she was bitter and evil. I did actually start over a third time, and I believe I just planned to remove Neko from the series entirely at that point, but I was still just a little lass in my freshman year of high school. That third version didn't go any farther than the first two, and I just stopped using the character shortly after that. First thing I decided with Neko's redesign was that she wasn't really going to be cat-themed. The way I figure magical girls work in this updated universe is that they get one theme for their outfit and one theme for their weapon, and that these themes are unique to each individual girl or group. So while Katsumi's team has an animal theme for the outfits and a toy theme for their weapons, Neko is going to have a jester theme for both, with a slight cat motif just to pay homage to her original character. I renamed her to Neneko so that she had a proper first name and completely overhauled her personality. She's about 21, she and Hukuro used to be classmates before Hukuro lost her eyesight, and currently Neneko and Katsumi are roommates. She's very bubbly and friendly, kind of awkward but super well-meaning. Her fashion sense is wacky, she likes eating dessert foods all the time. She's super hospitable, just overall very, very, very different from her original concept. I liked the green and the purple and the pink color scheme from her second gen design, let's call it, so I tweaked the shades a bit and I adjusted the patterning. You might notice that in Katsumi's team, most every character has only one dominant color for their magical outfit, with one accent color, while Neneko has two dominant colors and two accent colors. What this means in universe is that Neneko is an objectively stronger magical girl. She's actually kind of the poster child for the magical girl organization. Because their outfits are made out of projections of solid light, the more vibrant and colorful they are is a show of how much magic they have. And being as colorful as Neneko is almost unheard of. Like, aside from Katsumi later in the story when she gets her whole team and adds 4 colors to her outfit, there's actually only one other magical girl with more colors than Neneko, but that's a secret for now. Other than that one girl, Neneko is supposed to be like the strongest one there. I made Neneko civilian design brunette as like the singular callback to her very first design, since the very first one wasn't very good. And I put little cat ears in her big old hood and some whiskers on her mask for the cat motif. Technically, all of the bells on her magical girl outfit can count towards cat stuff, but I mostly included them because I remember my grandma used to collect these little porcelain jester dolls that were decorated with bells. So, as you might imagine, Neneko is very jangly when she moves. You can't see it visually, but inside her shoes, I imagine she also has little squeaker things, so she jingles and squeaks every time she takes a step. She's not super stealthy, but I feel like it's a power move on her part. Like, she thinks that the noises are cute, and she knows that she's strong enough to not need to be stealthy, so let the enemy know she's coming. It's scary. I do have a lot more about her character and her relationships with everyone planned out, but I'll save that for another video. For now, I'll leave you with the answer to the question, is Neneko still evil? No, she's not evil, she is baby. Also, some of my patrons already got confused when I posted this for early access. This cat here isn't a magical companion or a prism. Neneko and Katsumi just have a cat together. His name is Hiro, which means man, and they think that's funny. After Neneko, I wanted to make a couple more girls and explore more of the theme ideas, so I jotted down these concept sketches and I'll be refining them now. The idea I had for these two is that they were both individual magical girls who chose to work together. Most magical girls in this universe don't have teams. They're sometimes assigned to work together for particular projects, and that's almost always temporary, or sometimes they personally decide to group up. Like, for example, Neneko and Katsumi had decided to be a pair before the rest of Katsumi's team showed up, but the point is that having groups of magical girls like Katsumi's where they are destined to work together, where they are literally, their prisms are designed to be used together, is not super common. So these two, Hisako and Awo, weren't destined to work together, they just do it by choice. I wanted Hisako to have a vampire-themed outfit and a puncture theme for the weapons, I guess I'll call it, which are her talon gloves that I just repurposed from Hukuro's Madoka Magica design, and her vampire fangs. Her outfit is super gothic. She's got a hoop skirt that's exposed in the front, a ribbon-laced bodice, and roses everywhere. I initially gave her a choker with a rose on it, but I decided to swap the rose for upside-down cross earrings, a coffin tie on her titties, and then lipstick painted to look like blood dripping out of her mouth. That might sound like a weird trade, but I didn't want her neck area to be too cluttered, and I thought those 3 things would be more indicative of vampire than just having a floral adornment. In the original sketch, I gave her these shorts, bloomer things, whatever you call them, whatever those are on under her skirt. It was just supposed to be puffy shorts to keep her covered, even with the front of her skirt exposed, but because I never cleaned the sketch, I realized if I left those lines loose, I can try and make it look like the fabric was ruffled and twisted to resemble a rose, so that's what I went for. And then she has this gigantic bow on the back of her skirt, which is tied so many times that the loops in the ribbon look like petals. I wanted it to look like a big old ribbon rose. In her original sketch, I gave her super long hair to go with the gothic look, but that would have covered up most of the rose bow, so I cropped it real short and jagged to look like bat's wings, and then I gave the long hair to her civilian design instead. Because there's a lot of black on her outfit, and she only has pink as her main color with slightly offsetish purplish pink as her accent, her magic isn't the strongest, but she's probably only just below average performance-wise, so she can hold her own. It was just extra motivation for her to have a team. Her eyelashes were supposed to be dramatic and hooded, and then I realized all too late how similar they were to Azumi's, when I wanted Azumi's eyes to be all unique and distinct, and fuck it, I decided that they're cousins. They don't know each other super well, they aren't close or anything, but they're family. As far as personality, she's pretty laid back. She's got a thing for the moon. Most of her civilian outfit choices revolve around that. Her sweater and buttons on her dress are all moon phases, and she wears big old pearl earrings and a matching a matching necklace because those look kind of like the moon, you know? Most of her interests are pretty nerdy, like she's really into the stats and character build side of games, but she doesn't like telling other people about it because her family personally looks down on her interests. So she stays pretty quiet unless she trusts you. Also, to anyone wondering, no, just like Izumi, she doesn't have an ass either. That and the eyelashes just run in their family. And then for Owo, I wanted to give her a knight theme. But specifically those pretty knights with super impractical armor, like really Fire Emblem-esque, because that fits the magical girl universe that they're in. You can see in the sketch for this video that I struggled a lot with where I wanted to put the armor. I didn't think my first design read easily enough as a knight, but I didn't want to overshadow the frilly girly look either. Armor just really isn't my strong suit as a designer. Lord help me, because I decided a while ago that Emmy's into mecha anime, so I'm gonna have to design that eventually. Fuck. As opposed to Hisako, Ao's a lot friendlier. She's also pretty laid back, but she's kind of like the popular sporty girls that I remember from high school who I was intimidated by, but then it turned out that they were really sweet and they liked adopting shy kids as their friends because they weren't afraid to take that initiative. Like the one that sees someone sitting alone at lunch and just like plops down next to him and starts a conversation just because they don't have that kind of shame, you know? That's approximately how Owo and Hisako teamed up. Hisako knew she needed a teammate but didn't want to approach anyone, so Owo just scooped her up and said, haha, our colors happen to go together really well. What a coincidence. Let's pretend it's destiny. I like to imagine that Ao's civilian design originally had a different shirt, but she went out and bought a sunflower one just to be cute after she teamed up with Hisako. Her first hair design in her magical girl form, I don't really know what I was thinking. I just kind of drew it for the sake of adding hair. It was just kind of there. And I decided while we're finding the magical girl design in the video that I should try and make it look like a feather plume that you would see on a helmet to go with the knight theme. But I don't know how well that came across as a feather. Her outfit in general is kind of all over the place. She gave me a really hard time. If I do ever end up being able to make this an actual show, she's gonna need a lot of adjustments, but for now, she just needs to be finished. Her outfit is very purple with a lot of pink accents, so she's decently strong. She's definitely stronger than her partner, so they even out together. Hisako probably finds extra ways to help as a support unit so that Owo can be more of a tank, you feel me? I decided to make her weapon star-themed, so she has her star-shaped shield, and then she can pull constellations out of the armor on her bodice to form into whatever physical weapon she thinks the constellation sort of resembles. I think this is the first time I'm really visually showing how all the magical girls in this universe can manipulate their weapons as far as their imagination can go. I know I mentioned it before, but I forget how much detail I went into. Because the magical girls are light-themed, their prisms are powered off a sort of photosynthesis, so the more they change and use their weapons, the more energy they drain and have to recharge before they can fight again. But it's up to the individual magical girl to figure out the limitations of her prism and how to work with it correctly. Owo is probably pretty efficient in saving energy because most of her constellations she just forms into different types of blades, as opposed to someone like Hukuro who would lose a lot of energy in switching from her kaleidoscope being a reality-bending device to using the beads inside to scatter and trap opponents like Pokemon Stealth Rock. But that's them! That's my new girls! Thank you guys so much for watching! I wanted to design a few more characters for this video, but I just moved, we're still settling into our new house, so that's gonna have to wait for now. I really didn't intend for these characters to become a whole big story when I first redesigned Katsumi's team, but I got so attached and excited, and I'm currently exploring some different storytelling avenues for them right now, so please enjoy a hint of one of the ideas I'm considering while I thank all my patrons for their endless support. Casual reminder, I've got 3 patron tiers. $2 a month gets you access to everything I post, all the early access and works in progress stuff that I do. $10 a month gets your name read at the end of my videos, and $100 a month gets you access to our patron game nights and personalized shoutouts. So, without further ado, thank you so much to my $10 patrons. Dexter Koch, Kristaru, Hat Josuke, Katie, Winrin, Shortcake Snake, Vesta, Mandy Havoc, Chanty, Isabel Maro, Bio, Head of Hearts, The Aradia Cosplayer, Sydney Moore, Nico Zawa, Owo, Daphne Jolly, Lemon Milk, Strong Bones, Tristan, Stratus Wins, On Fire 117, Kiba Rai, Garrett Holcomb, Jasmine Lee, aka Jaylee Draws, Astral Jasper, Jinx Nyan, Ego Goat, Nerdy Beast, Venus XN, Gallivanting Galliforms, Cheese Sprout, Roberto Guardiola Norica, Artist Gamer Mage, Red Pandacies, Kenny's dead, dude. Ingerlease, Emma Hobbs, Spoofty, Sean M, Jordan Ripley, Kaisakai, Shinzaya, Stencil Fox, Nuzq, Ash Fear, Hannah Lavelle, It's Katie, Leo Bowen, Weasel Bites, Dusk, Blue Turtlebug, Cryptic Creatures, Candy Babes, Sleep Z, Violet Kai, Lookalike Alagaler, Yukon Hime, That Bobby, Mint Kuro, Billiam Esk, Rowan Sisk, Chestnut Rhina, Hada Oni, Drawbar, Rowan Mad the Dog, Silver Shadow, Josh the Spooky Art Boy, Crazy Kitsune, Charles Walters, Thunder Evermore, Is They, Hey, It's Kay, Jason, Junimo, Shy Clementine, Lena Swagmaster, Ooh Woo, Sparky Plays, Crummunch, Jennifer the Mage, Dojo Kid, Drew Warren, Shayna Bear, Rusty Gear, Dirk Henry, Wet Father, Inugami Black, Michelangelo, Eugius, Brian Embry, Mimin, Drunken Literary, Madu, Fear Thy Raptor, Cat Dagger 2, Disassociated Doodlers, Mighty Ninja Lamp, Helix, IZ Fan for Life, Steel X, Avonpool, Berserker 102, Fox Dragon, Binter Winter Boy II, Yakumo Soul Queen, Goof, Buddy, Dragoth, Key the Queen, Coda, Zack Illustration, Silent Calling, Night Morrow, Dracos, Cody Richard, It's Daddy AJ to You, DJ Cat Meow, Fairy Armor, Scully Sweet, Mew Kichigo, Phantom Kid 02, Furry Fight Arts, Christian Pip, Drex, a Gremlin, Duvong 00, Chairman Lee, Hachiyubi, Diddy, Embla, Azel Grace, John Brooks Eisenman Jr., Sayarika, Fields of Starlight, Seb, Mickey Ann, Patty Melt, Malachu, Matsuo Tanuki, Peachy Minty, Blast 10 Away, Jakey Jellybean, Ditzy, Chia Rico, Arctic 1, Yuka, Ace No Thanks, Hannah, Richie Grace, Doodle Crazy Meg, Womelsdorf Art, Lauren, Sound Alchemy, Archibald Anarchy, Dylan MX, Singing Joe, TV Island, Firework Cat 25, Caller 3 Tura, Lilac Witch Kiki, Trapelstone, Andre, Johnny Stars, Dead Tynes, Stroll Killer 254, Lord Serenade, James Zamora, Midnight Paradise, East West 333, Cephestus, Snow Sergeant, Night Mage 14, Zelphus, Sinister Stephanie, Ethan Gardner, Fallen Zippo, Aswick, Arctic Century, Fox, Jeremy Reedinger, Shelf, Ailey, Antiqua, Dust Munchies, The Orc Cafe, Arwen, Doskos, Nico Starcy, Skulldackery, Emma Joy, Gus Daniels, Andrew Robinson, Jordan Brooks, Amorphous, Morty LS, Trash Zuma, Daniel Soria, Kurt Coleman, Dan Warren, Blue Daniel 16, Cookie Brook, Mercy Mayhem, Coda, Lairatu, Versuri, Anakari U, Honeybee, Tiny, The Scorched Blaze, Rhine Horizon, Swift Chaos, Blue, and Kabuki. Also, endless thank you to my beautiful, gorgeous $100 patrons like Stupid Genius, Tara Meringue, Russell the Jimmies, Justin Inks, and Kara Stark Strange. And for the people who requested shoutouts this time around, Kana Yui says by rights. Can I get a hoya? Kayla Adelsoki wanted their shoutout to say, they say never meet your idols because it might just end up disappointing you. Well, fuck that because Ray exceeded my expectations. Kayla, you're gonna make me cry, dude. Thank you so much. Jeannie Grim. Jordan Alexander Sanchez sent me a bunch of books for my Amazon wishlist for my birthday. He's too kind! But he also sent me some amiibo cards to use for future Animal Crossing villagers as human speed paint. And it was hands down the best haul I've ever gotten. All the birthday luck. Thank you so much, dude. Ugh, you're the best. Angel Hickman shared a picture of his dog Buddy not too long ago. Everyone, please appreciate Buddy. That's a good buddy. Eggs Machina says, I hope you're doing well with the move and everything going on over there. Please stay safe. Also, Mello, Ambu, and Toma are big smelly stinkers, and I love and hate them all so much. Mama Heart also spoiled me for my birthday from my wish list. She's the sweetest. Fuck! One of the things she sent me were these sexy heart chokers, and one of them you literally can only open with a lock and key. When I got it, I put it on and I ran out to show my roommates, and Rain immediately demanded that I give her the spare key because she didn't trust that I wouldn't lose it. I don't like the truth. She's right, and I don't like it. I totally would have. Nifty says, Happy Pride Month, everyone. Stay safe. Cayenne Peppers also asks everyone to stay safe. Ivan Karaz also says love and support, and everyone please stay safe. A lot of staying safe wishes. You guys better stay safe. Ginger Emu keeps a list of things to draw, and apparently one of the things from that list is Satan from Mark Twain's Adventure. Coming from the person who supplied us with Chad Chu, honey, I must humbly insist you get on that. Speaking of Chad Chu, it looks like Sky will be leaving Platinum Patron soon, which is a bummer, but he's graced us with this wonderful Chad Chu parting gift. Force Raider said to tell everyone it's his birthday next week and he's doing deep sea fishing with his family. He said, personally, I just hope it doesn't end like Gilligan's Island. I, Ray, have never seen Gilligan's Island. I've only done deep sea fishing in Stardew Valley. And finally, Raiden says, Yubi Vava. I tried to look up what that means. All I found was either something to do with fingers or something to do with being a great boyfriend. Either way, congratulations, Raiden, on the good boyfriend fingers. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you all again next time. See you later. Bye!